So Millennial Slackers Guide, I like to focus on 4 subjects, and all four subjects are related. So we got business, money, health, and relationships. So money, that's what goes in and out of your bank account, simple. Business might be, how do you conduct a business meeting? How do you talk to someone who's maybe more analytical or not so analytical? Relationships, do you just go on an application and do the swiping game to meet someone, or do you get involved in your community and take the time to get to know people, take them out to lunch and figure out about them versus just going yes, no, what have you. And then finally, I think the last one I didn't touch on was health. If you don't have your health, you can't enjoy things that you like to do. So you need to focus on that, because no amount of money or no drug that you can take is going to help you with most common health problems. The number one killer is heart disease in America, which the average heart surgery, if I remember, costs about $90,000. So if you can avoid having a heart surgery, or the number one killer in America, which obesity might cause that, diabetes, all those things lead to heart disease. If you can avoid that sort of setback in your life, imagine how much more you can work because you have more energy. You are able to enjoy more times with friends, family, what things important to you, and you spend less money on the doctor. It's more money in your bank account to enjoy on vacations or towards your retirement or buying a gift for someone's wedding that's upcoming up, and enjoying all of those things that some people take for granted. One of my cousin's cousin, Rachel, is studying, and she told me about the Stanford marshmallow experiment, where put a marshmallow in front of a kid and said, if you wait 5 minutes, we'll give you a second marshmallow. And some kids would take it and eat it. Other kids would sit and wait. And they did studies, and the kids that waited for that second marshmallow statistically did better than the kids who just ate the first one. Whether it's going to the gym, the first 6 months you start seeing, shredding a lot of weight, and then you hit that plateau and you got to keep going. Or you're studying and you fail, or you don't get the score that you want. Do you just give up, or maybe take a couple months off and you hit back on it? So it's really just believing in why you started something to begin with, and then just continuing to do it no matter positive, negative, or no results at all. You usually get like your first job when you're about 15 years old, and I tried to figure out a good way to make money that didn't have to do with a lot of physical labor. I mowed lawns, and living in Florida, you don't want to be mowing lawns in Florida. It's too hot. So I realized that when you get in high school, you get out around 2:30. Middle school doesn't get out till 4:30. And I was like, man, I can make like $20 an hour tutoring math. So I'd go over and people would pay me in cash, and that's more money you can make anywhere else basically at that age. And I really would get with these kids and almost be like a mentor in regards to showing them how to study, helping them understand what the math is and what they need to do in order to teach it to themselves. So I would always tell the parents, my goal isn't to tutor your kid. My goal is to teach them how to learn math so that they're not going to need a tutor in the future. So I remember one of the kids I tutored, his name was Martin, ended up going to like Embry-Riddle and like doing engineering. And this is a kid that was like failing Algebra 1. And just because no one ever showed him how to study for math. And that's some things that is the difficult, is learning different people's style, because the way that I talk to one person versus the other is going to be a little bit different, because everyone learns differently. Some people visualize and some people like to read. And in advising, it's the same way. Some people want to be told what to do and they don't want to know about the details. Other people want to see and visualize what exactly you're investing them in, and that's how the two are correlated with one another. And that's something that I've always been passionate about, is helping people understand those things that they seem hard at first, but once you get under the hood of the car and someone shows you how to maybe change the oil, it's really not that hard once you see it a couple times. It's something I've had to learn. So whether it's in a book, I've read things like Emotional Intelligence 2.0, and that helps figure out what your weaknesses are emotional intelligence wise. And it's actually, if you ever want to get a raise and earn more, emotional intelligence outweighs IQ. And a lot of people focus on IQ when it gets in the, going to college, or your SAT score, your ACC score, and then you realize it's really not even that big a deal learning how to deal with different characters in the workplace, just like knowing how to deal with different clients, is the best way to grow your practice. Because if you can just talk to one kind of person, you're limiting yourself to that one area, versus if you know how to talk to A, B, C, D, E, you're opening up your whole world to different people. Yeah, so if you're looking to leverage yourself and have someone talk to you to make sure you're doing the best you can with your money, reach out to me via email or telephone, as well as check out the Millennial Slackers Guide to read on some free information that I've been putting out there to figure out these things. Maybe you just need to read like a couple articles here and there because you don't have the money saved up now, but know that down the road that I'm the kind of person that you want to come to once you need to make a financial decision to help save you that time and money that we talked about earlier.